fall Emerson Custom Knife Lottery. We have a full bin of people who have entered this year, so thank you very much for being part of this and getting a chance to get one of these knives. I've got a great lineup here today, and I'm real proud of it. I have several new knives. I'm going to just show them to you real quickly. The Paradox is a new one, and I've got the yellow cards by the new ones. A lot of people have been asking about the Roughnecks. That's a flipper, spear point. Roughneck Bowie, another flipper. The Rift. There's been a lot of talk about the Rift. And this is a little bit of an odd knife. People actually ask me what it looked like when it's closed. Well, that's it. And you notice I had to move that pivot pin way down to accommodate that blade. But that is the Rift. And it's a pretty formidable knife. It's got like a little bit of an elvish look to it, I think, which is pretty cool. I might have made a Bulljack Tonto for a previous show, maybe the Gathering, but this is a new knife, and it's the Bulljack Tonto, again a flipper, and the Bulljack Spear Point. All right, folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mention a couple things before we get going, which is drink Emerson coffee. How's that? We do have coffee. We make coffee, and we roast it, and it's really good coffee. That's all I can say. It's one of those things. It's a family signature blend, or it's not a blend. It's a single roast coffee, single origin coffee from El Salvador right now, and we like it. It's our family's coffee, so we decided to make it for sale because we had a friend who we got it from, and we liked it so much that we've been using it for a couple of years now. We love it, and so you'll see we've got Emerson coffee. We got a lot of cool things coming up this year. Keep an eye on us, and I'm going to have some new models coming out from time to time. Keep track of the website, Area 51. There's going to be a lot of the prototype knives on there, and those are all handmade. They're just as much handmade as the knives sitting on this table. They just don't have the bolsters on them and all that. So when you see one of those prototypes up on the Area 51, that's an Emerson handmade knife. So those are some real bargains, and just keep an eye on that. Let's get this started. What I'm going to do is we're going to go right in order, just like we're at a regular custom knife show. And the only thing is, I'm picking the names and I'm picking the knives. So, this just allows people that don't get a chance to go to knife shows. People from all over the world are in this lottery. And again, we've got really good support coming from every continent, maybe except Antarctica. So we're real happy about that. Again, thank you guys for all the enthusiasm. Thank you for being all over Instagram and Facebook. And one thing I also want to say that I think is super, super cool from you guys. You send us great photos. The stuff that you guys do on Instagram and Facebook and all that, those are really cool photos. And I'm very happy to have you guys putting those up. We'll post whatever we can. Keep them coming. They're wonderful photos. I didn't know there were so many people that were such good photographers out there. Maybe it's only the guys that own Emerson knives. I don't know. But whatever you're doing, just keep it up. I want to thank all you guys. So anyway, here we go. We're going to start out with the first drawing. So I'm going to pick a name. There's so many they're falling out. And as you can see, this is going to be a little awkward. The first knife is the A100, and the name is Kim Jenkins, Jenkins. So the A100 is gone.
You want to pick the names?
Yeah, I would like someone else to pick the names out of here because it's just going to be too much for me to do. I've got too many things going on. As you can see, this is live and subject to all the problems of trying to do something live. The second knife is the CQC5 waved knife, and that is Casey Vermillion. Vermillion. Casey Vermillion. The next knife is a CQC5 non-waved, and that goes to Justin Campbell. Justin Campbell. The next knife is Stephen Glick, a local guy, one of our good friends. Wears a badge. Stephen, you have now become the owner of a non-waved CQC6. That's a pretty good draw right there. Okay, the next knife is a waved CQC6. Goes to Lance McDougall. Capital M, small c, capital D, O-U-G-L-E, CQC6. Next knife is also a waved CQC6, Cody Scott, S-C-O-T-T, Cody. Next knife is a CQC7. Thank you. Michael Thomas for the non-waved CQC7. Michael Thomas. Now I've got a waved CQC7. Thank you. Chad Aquino, A-Q-U-I-N-O. Chad Aquino with a waved CQC7. Scott McIsick. Maybe I'm pronouncing this incorrect, so again, I'm going to spell it M-A-C-I-C-E-K for a waved CQC7. Mitchell Cohen, C-O-H-E-N, for the non-waved CQC8. I have one more CQC8, which is a waved CQC8, and that goes to Victor Gobi, G-O-B-B-I. Victor. I'm going to pause for a second. One thing I want to talk about is you guys know that we also have the auction going on. And there's some really stunners over there, some real beauties. But I want to also bring up again, the Blackout Roadhouse is a special knife for a very, very special organization, American Dream U. Those guys provide a virtual wealth of support for veterans that are transitioning back into civilian life. And those guys, they come from all walks of life, so they have all kinds of advice. There's people that are help them to start jobs. There's people that are helping them to further their education. There's people that are helping them to get through the tough times that these guys and gals experience as a result of being in combat. They help with family resources. It's just it's a mentoring program. It's got a wealth of resources, just about every single thing that you could need as an individual to help you get back on your feet in a civilian tennis shoes and not army boots anymore. So again, get after that Blackout Roadhouse. That's a handmade custom knife, just like all the other ones on that auction. And I want to see it get a lot of action. I believe we also have a donation button somewhere for that knife, so that if you don't want to participate in the auction, you can also $5, $10. We'll take every penny that you guys can give, because every single penny of that is going to go to American Dream youth. So keep after that. Okay, special knife. Got a lot of traffic on the internet. The CQC9. Haven't made many of these for quite a long time. Somebody's going to get this one. And that somebody is Scott Wolfram. WOLFROM. Scott. Next knife, CQC10, goes Ryan Morris, MORRIS. Ryan Morris with the CQC10. One row down. The next draw is for Coleman Harrison, and he gets a non-waved mini CQC7. Coleman Harrison, HARRISON. Another mini CQC7 waved for David Perzanowski, PERZANOWSKI, waved mini CQC7. Next one up is a CQC15, Daniel Huang, HUANG, Daniel, the CQC15. Now on to a couple of commanders. And before I get to the super commanders, we're at the commanders right now. All the knives are $850 a piece, with the exception of the super commander. That's the only super knife that I have. The super knives are always more because they're a larger knife and require more time and effort and work. The super commander is $1,000. The rest of the knives, all of them on the table, are $850. I should have mentioned that at the very beginning. Domingo Fuentes, FUENTES, for the first commander. Second commander, Thomas McCreary. Hello, Tom. How you doing? M, capital M, small c, capital C, REEY. Commander for Tom. I think I'm going to have him back on the podcast when we get that up and running. Next knife is the Super Commander. That is the one that is $1,000, and that is Barry Levy, Levy. Next knife up is a Roadhouse. Mark Anthony Kendrick, Kendrick, the Roadhouse. I'm trying to get through this quick because I know some of you are watching on your lunch hour and you got to get back to work. Next knife up is the CAC knife, the kick-ass combat knife. Neil Pauline, Pauline, for the CAC knife. And here is a Patriot with a wood handle taken from the tree that was grown on George Washington's farm, that was alive when George Washington was the President of the United States. And that knife goes to Michael Johnston, Johnston, Michael. Patriot. Beautiful piece of wood. 240 some years old at least, maybe 250. Next knife up is the Conjurer. And that knife goes to Lance Anderson. And there is the Conjurer. That one was developed by my son, Lucas. Conjurer knife. Another wooden handled knife. Nice piece of walnut on the CQC45. Goes to Amy Tremblay, Tremblay. Nice piece of walnut on that knife. Next knife up is the Persian. Goes to Mark Bermudez, Bermudez, for the Persian. And I have 2 Persians available. Next Persian will go to Cody Cardinale, or Cardinale, Cardinale. And if I mispronounce anybody's name, I apologize for doing that and apologize in advance if I do it again for anybody. But I'm not all that good at names, so doing my best. Sebastian Guinard for the Hatin, Guinard. Okay, was knocked down row 2. Comes row 3. Mark Gridley for the Tiger knife. Mark Gridley, Gridley. Combat Systems Fighters, the next one up. Stephen Curdilla, Kurdilla, Combat Systems Fighter. Next knife is the Iron Dragon, and that goes to Mr. Arthur Rebello Jr. Hello, Arthur. I see you all the time on Instagram and all of those good internet places. So, Arthur, how are you? Next knife is the Journeyman, and that knife goes to Paul Lee, Lee. Paul for the Journeyman. Next knife is, I have 2 Kwikens up here. First Kwiken goes to Milan Kostur, Kostur. Milan gets the first Kwiken. Kwiken number 2 goes to Ernest. Oh, that's a cool name. Ernest Curry, Curry. Hello, Ernest. I know there's a couple more of us out there. Next one is the CQC 13, and that goes to Brian King, King, CQC 13. The Sax. I have 2 Saxes. Hung Su, SU. Mr. Su gets the Emerson Sax, number 1. Sax number 2 goes to Kyle Loesch, Leosh, Kyle. Next knife is a Renegade with the brown Richlight handles. As you have seen on some of our knives, even in the production knives, I really like the Richlight. It's got a real warm feel to it, and it's a pretty material, and it's good to work with. And that goes to another good friend of ours, Sabag Tankian. Sabag, enjoy the Renegade. All right. Next one up is another Renegade with a black Richlight handle, which goes to Joseph Stevens, Stevens. Joseph, black Richlight Renegade. Next one is the steak knife with a brown Richlight handle. Now, people always ask me, what knife do you carry? Well, I'll tell you what, the knife I carry is the Emerson steak knife, because I'll tell you what, it's not just a steak knife. It's a really good knife, and it's got a great feel to it. And I use it all the time. I have to always wash it because I do use it in the steak houses and wherever we go out to eat. So the first steak knife, that's the knife that I currently carry. So whoever's getting this is the same knife I use, is Francisco Bonin, Bonnin, for a brown handled Richlight steak knife. Next knife up is another steak knife with a black rich light handle, which goes to Gerald Powers. Gerald, enjoy that New York strip. Next knife up, again with the brown rich light handles, Cole Leleux, capital Leeleux for the appellation. Next knife up is the Rendezvous. And these three, the appellation, the Rendezvous, and the Market Skinner, those are my hunting knives, which are also the same styles that we use in our in the company. In fact, what you'll see here is you may see some of these knives end up in the company lineup at some point, because I'm always several years ahead of what ends up in the catalog. So again, some of these knives, depending on the feedback we get from you guys that are out there that are using them or that just want one, again, keep that feedback coming. When we show a picture of a knife, like an Area 51 knife maybe, or some of the custom stuff, if you like that design, give us a shout, because again, I don't have a crystal ball and I'm able to say, hey, this is going to be the best knife that we have in our catalog this year. It's you guys that make that decision for us. So that's an important thing, because again, I'm sitting here going, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Sometimes that doesn't work out all that good. So again, let us know, because a lot of these knives, like some of the Roughnecks and Paradox and all of these other ones that we've got, they may end up in the catalog if you guys give us a good shout out and respond enough that, hey, that's a good knife to have in your catalog. So just saying. Okay, the Rendezvous goes to Robert Lopez with the Rendezvous. Okay, the next knife is a Market Skinner. Last of the hunters, Adrian Caballaris, Caballaris, with a Market Skinner. Here's a new one, Paradox. Goes to Sean Reardon, Riordan, for Sean, the Paradox. Roughneck Spear Point Flipper goes to Jeremy Mata, M-A-T-A, Jeremy Mata with the Roughneck Spear Point. Next knife is the Roughneck Bowie knife, Andrew Lum, L-U-M, for the Roughneck Bowie. That's kind of on its way to becoming one of my favorite knives, by the way, because it's just got a real strong, I just always describe it as a straight ahead design. Nothing fancy, all work, no play in that knife. Next knife up is the Apache, and that goes to Yuzen Yang, Y-A-N-G, for the rich light handled Apache. And here's that knife that everybody was talking about on our Instagram. The Rift goes to Richard Whitman, W-H-I-T-M-A-N, the Rift. And the next name drawn is for the Bulljack Tonto, and it goes to Tim Taylor, T-A-Y-L-O-R. Wonder if it's the same Tim Taylor that was the tool man. He's a knife man now, that's for sure. Tim Taylor. Now, we've got one knife left. I'm going to draw that out. But I want to say something. This is the show that's kind of before Thanksgiving this year, and of course before Christmas. I just want to say, number one, have a happy Thanksgiving. Have a very Merry Christmas. Be safe. Love the ones that are your family and friends. Show them how much you feel about them, and enjoy those holidays, because they don't last forever. Let's just say that. And I want everyone to think about all the people that can't be with them for the holidays, and all of those people that are serving overseas or that have to be on duty. or have to be serving in one way or another. As you know, California has had some terrific fires this season, and those firemen, when they go out to work, they basically don't get to come home until those fires are put out. So some of those people are going to miss their holidays also. So reach out to those guys. Tell them that you thank them for what they do. All our military, all our police, all our EMTs, all the first responders, all those guys that are out there keeping everything safe for us, so that we can have fun doing these crazy things that we do. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be able to do any of this. And so anyway, just remember those people. There's plenty of organizations where you can send gifts and things to guys overseas and gals overseas, and you can stop off at the firehouse or the police station and give them something. I was going to say give them a plate of cookies, but the way things are today, don't know if they'd be able to actually take those. But there's plenty of gifts and just a card or something to say thank you to all these people that really put their lives on the line for us every single day. And they get up in the morning and really they don't know if they're coming home at night. You and I, a lot of us, we don't live that kind of life. We can get up and we can complain about the traffic, but we're not complaining about some guy who's throwing lead our way. So again, remember those people. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much food. Don't drink too damn much and drive. That's for damn sure. And have a wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas this year. We will see you guys down the road. The last name drawn is Quake Haydon, Haydon, and that is for the Bulljack Spear Point. And that now concludes the Emerson Custom Knife Lottery Fall. And it's been fun, guys. I really enjoyed it. I was thinking before, I think this is like our 10th or 11th year, because I remember actually having a lottery back in our old shop. And I think we moved over here around 2010 or 2011. So we're going on over 10 years of doing this. I'll keep doing it. If you guys are still interested in them, just let me know, and we'll fire it up. Maybe we can get another one coming up during the spring. And if not, maybe we'll see you at the Blade Show and, of course, the Gathering down the road. And enjoy the knives. I really appreciate it. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I love to do. Thank you all. And from the entire Emerson family, we truly love all of you and appreciate everything that you do for us. See you later.